everybody, and thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I hope you're all well and having a really good week. In today's video, I'm taking you fabric shopping to a couple of local fabric shops to me, Exeter Fabric Shop and Heathcote Fabrics in Tiverton. I'm based in the southwest of the UK, so for me, these are my most local big fabric shops, even though they are nearly an hour's drive away. I don't have very much local in my town. So the basis of this trip was actually to go and hunt for some bridal fabrics. If you are new to this channel, you may not know, I am sewing my own wedding dress, which is very, very exciting, for our ceremony in Italy in October. I have already found the fabric that I want for my reception dress, but I want to make a separate dress for my ceremony. I have something very specific in mind, which unfortunately is very, very far out of my budget. So I've had to change direction with the fabric ever so slightly to make it work within my budget. My big issue with my dress is that without giving too much away, I need a lot of fabric, I'm not talking 5 meters, I'm talking 15 to 20. So it's a big dress, it's a lot of dress. The fabrics that I fell in love with and that were the perfect match to ones that I had saved on my inspiration board on Pinterest, which were designer wedding dresses, were between 150 to 200 pounds a meter. So for 15 meters of fabric, you do the maths, it's a lot of money. I've been doing a lot of online shopping. I have spent a lot of money on samples. I've ordered many samples. I've reached out to loads of different fabric shops looking for this very, very specific fabric, which doesn't exist within my budget. That's apparent. I may have mentioned in a previous video that I'd found the fabric, but actually after I slept on it, I realized it wasn't quite the one. Oh, this is going to be a journey because I am the most indecisive person ever. So I'm really sorry if you already think that we're past this point. I hadn't actually found the fabric, so me and Mum just decided that we were going to go hunting at local fabric shops and see if we could find something so we could get started, because I am 7 months away from my wedding and it is stressing me out that I haven't even started my dress. On a more positive note, I have actually decided on the design. I am making a bodice that I've previously made and absolutely love and know that fits me, which is really, really great. It means I'm not going to have to do loads of different toiles and try to find the bodice pattern, which a lot of people have mentioned is a really difficult part of the journey. But the skirt pattern is very different. It is inspired by another wedding dress, but I have not seen this skirt anywhere else on any other wedding dresses. So I think I'm going to have to draft the pattern for the skirt myself. And as I mentioned, it's a lot of fabric. So we were going out to find fabric to get started and we were successful. But obviously I can't show you, but I can show you our day. So I'm going to take you back to yesterday and let's go fabric shopping. Our first stop was Exeter Fabric Centre, which is more well known for its upholstery fabrics. But when we visited, we soon realised they had an enormous selection of dressmaking fabrics, including a small range of bridal fabrics as well. They had some really beautiful satins in different weights. They had Duchess satin and much lighter ones as well, and they all came in different colours and textures. This fabric was really unique and really caught my eye, but it wasn't quite what I was looking for. We carried on into the shop to look at all their cotton poplin fabrics. There were so many different beautiful prints, it was really hard to choose a favourite. The fabrics that kept catching my eye were these beautiful embroidered cotton fabrics. I was obsessed with these two in both colourways actually, but this one was my favourite. They had some really lovely drapey viscoses as well, and then some embroidered double gauzes, which would be so lovely for summer. They had loads of colours and the prices were amazing as well. There was another room at the back that had a really beautiful selection of laces. We fell in love with this one. My mum very nearly got it for her mother of the bride outfit. Next up we headed to Heathcote Fabrics. The shop was absolutely beautiful from the outside and it was right next to the factory where they produce all their fabrics. The shop is such an Aladdin's cave. They had rooms of different fabrics, rooms of haberdashery stuff as well. There's upholstery fabric, dressmaking fabric, so much to choose from. also had a selection of Liberty cottons as well, in so many different cute prints. They also had a really good range of embroidered cottons. I loved this blue one on the right hand side. I very nearly picked it up. And how amazing are these sparkly jerseys? There wasn't a huge selection of bridal fabrics actually in store. They did have a rail with all of these samples of beautiful bridal laces and shawls, which wasn't what I was looking for, unfortunately, but they were stunning to look at. The prices ranged between £30 a metre to £120 a metre, depending on the amount of detail. So I really hope you enjoyed having a look around Exeter Fabrics and Heathcote Fabrics with me. Before I chat about anything else bridal sewing, I wanted to show you a couple of the bits that I did actually pick up at the shops, because it was very difficult to leave either fabric shop completely empty-handed. I'm going to share what I got and my sewing plans. I say sewing plans very loosely because over the next couple of months I'm obviously going to be busy with wedding dress sewing, but I couldn't resist these, and I think I'm going to have to break up the wedding dress sewing with a little bit more casual sewing as well. So hopefully these get sewn up relatively soon. So first up in Exeter Fabrics, I was showing you the beautiful embroidered cottons that they sell, and I couldn't leave without some. I was really torn between the two colourways, but I decided on this one. I think this colour suits me a lot better than the green, and I really think the embroidery on this cotton really pops against this kind of orangey rusty colour. The quality is amazing, it's not sheer at all, and although it's a cotton, it's really soft and it's got a little bit of drape to it, and it's very lightweight. It's going to be absolutely beautiful for summer. I picked up 1.5 meters to make a little summer blouse. I was tempted to get enough to make a dress, but I feel like with a fabric like this and the weather in the UK, I'm not going to be able to get enough wear out of it, whereas a top I can wear with jeans, I can wear with linen trousers, and hopefully I'll get a lot more wear because this fabric deserves to be worn. It's so pretty. I haven't really decided what top I'm going to make yet. I might make an off-the-shoulder crop top. I made a white one out of a thrifted skirt a couple of years ago, and I love that top. It's on rotation at least weekly within my summer wardrobe. So I think in a fabric like this, I would wear that a lot. Let me know what you think. The other thing that I picked up in Exeter Fabrics, which is very boring, but I was trying not to buy any fabrics as I've only just destashed recently, but I got some black velvet ribbon. Yes, you must be thinking that is a very boring purchase, but my plan for this is I have some black and white viscose gingham in my stash. And if you watch Rosary Apparel here on YouTube, you may have seen her video where she recreated a Damson Madder dress. It has rows of gathering on the bodice and it's got bows down the front. And this dress is adorable. I've been seeing it everywhere and I'm absolutely desperate to recreate my own. So I've already got the fabric. I just needed a little bit of ribbon. Speaking of gingham, when I was in Heathcote's, they had a really good selection of basic cotton ginghams, and I really loved this beige and white version. It was only £4 a metre, so I'm pretty sure it's a polycotton. I can't remember what it said on the sign, but it feels like a polycotton. And I really want to make a version of Nomi 2016. I have been seeing versions of this dress everywhere and I have been meaning to make it for the longest time, but I've been struggling with which fabric to use because I think it will be a lot more wearable in a plain fabric. But when I saw this, I thought actually that dress in this fabric would be really wearable day to day because I can easily sling it on with trainers and a denim jacket, and this is lightweight enough that it won't be too heavy to wear, but also it's not sheer and it doesn't need lining, which would be great. I probably will fully line the bodice because the bodice does have a facing and I just find a fully lined bodice a bit more comfortable. But this is so cute and the quality is really nice. Sorry that it's so creased. I've just washed it because I was really keen to start on that dress for spring. A couple of completely unnecessary purchases there when we were focusing on something completely different, but I did manage to find my wedding dress fabric. Now, I have mixed feelings about it, and I'm not really sure how to explain this, but I am feeling a bit disappointed. I'm not sure if that's the right thing to say. Not because the fabric isn't lovely, the fabric is beautiful. I bought it from Heathcote's. The ladies in there were so helpful. I told them what I was looking for and they found it for me. We've ordered it in and I've got to go and pick it up. They did a discount because of the amount that I was buying as well. It was such a great shopping experience and the fabric is really lovely. It's great quality and the price was amazing, really amazing. But obviously, it's not my dream fabric and it's really difficult to get my head around that. And I was saying to my mum on the way back, I said, I feel relieved because I just want to get on and start sewing this dress, but I also feel disappointed. And she said, yeah, I feel the same. But remember, it's a plain fabric, it's a base. We can do anything we like with it. And my mum is a hand sewing and embroidery whiz. So I think the fabric is going to look very different by the time we're done with it. So sorry, that's a really weird conclusion to this journey. I really wanted to sit here and say, yay, I'm over the moon, it's perfect. But the reality is I had my heart set on something that's not realistic and I've had to go for second best. And I'm a bit gutted. But I get to do the design I want, which is the most important thing. I just need to get this fabric out of my head and move forward with sewing the dress. I think when it's done, it will all come together. I may well like it plain as well and not want to add anything to it. But the great thing about this is I can do what I like. Well, within time restraints, obviously, because I don't want to be spending too much time on it. But it is exciting. It's a completely blank canvas. I might finish it and think that it's enough plain and leave it as it is, or I might go to town and add all the embroidery, all the embellishments, everything that I want. But we will see. So stay tuned. Obviously, I can't show you what the fabric is because that will really give it away, but I will be filming the whole journey. So after the wedding, you'll be seeing it all come to life. So I hope you enjoyed that little bit of wedding sewing update. I know this has been such a roller coaster. I am the most indecisive person, so it's probably pretty irritating to watch me constantly change my mind. But I feel like at least this is going to start moving forward and I can start sewing it now, which is really exciting, very scary, but at least we're moving. I couldn't be sitting here and fabric shopping anymore. My eyes are hurting from the amount of scrolling I've been doing. But that's everything from me today. I really hope you enjoyed this little update video and there wasn't too much ranting for you, but stay tuned for next week's video, which is a sew along. I will see you in that one. Have a lovely week. Take care. Bye.